This is certainly a key moment for humanity.
We only have very limited time to mitigate climate change. We're entering the sixth mass extinction of biodiversity.
El cambio climático ahorita mismo está afectando.
We must make many important changes very fast if we are to preserve the life-sustaining ecosystems. So we really need to invest in a deep cultural change.
ELTI comes to the conservation restoration world with a very different approach. We work from the bottom up, and we try to integrate conservation and restoration strategies into traditional livelihoods. So ELTI has a range of programs that we implement throughout the tropics. We work in Panama, for example, in areas that were once forested but are now a mosaic of cattle ranching and agricultural practices.
If you look around here in this region, you'll see some of the consequences of conventional ranching. They've planted one type of pasture grass, and now the site is slowly degrading.
Yo digo que se puede quitar los dos.
This is one of the biodiversity hotspots in the world. So ELTI helps to restore tropical forests by providing information to farmers on how to do more sustainable agriculture, but also restore forests on their own lands.
Sí. Sí, no está. Sí.
Bueno, yo como estamos en la charla que nos estuvieron explicando, ya dieron la opción de que venían los plantones, que cuántos plantones necesitamos, cómo se sembraba, cómo se medía el cálculo de los árboles para sobrellevarlo.
¿Qué tiempo lleva acá?
Para un pequeño productor es una inversión muy grande, porque es un trabajo duro que hay que meterle de lleno y más los materiales que hay que meterle, la verdad que es costoso.
We are able to understand the difficulties that they face, but at the same time we have the right language to speak about environmental problems with them.
Que ELTI me dio el espacio y el aprendizaje, la enseñanza, la asistencia técnica, que es lo más importante, que te asistan.
Access to knowledge is a huge bottleneck.
There is so much scientific knowledge that has been developed over the years that the vast majority of people cannot access, particularly in the tropics. And so I think a really important role for ELTI has been giving access to that scientific knowledge, synthesizing it with practical knowledge from people who have been working on forest restoration in the field. And then ELTI's role has been helping to translate that into local languages and concepts that are kind of easily understood at different levels depending on who are the stakeholders that we're engaging with.
¿Y este pegará ahí para...? Sí, porque son fijadores de nitrógeno.
Sí, pues son leguminosos. ELTI cambió, ELTI ayudó, empujó y abrió puertas. Y aquí está, tenemos la solución. Las parcelas tiran rendimiento muy bueno, mantenemos ganado bien, con las malezas que dicen los productores.
A silvopastoral system is any form of livestock production that combines trees with animals.
These sites are a fusion of the best of two worlds. Conservation of not only the biodiversity, but conservation of local livelihoods.
Bueno, la diferencia es grande, ¿no? Con la ganadería tradicional, o sea, la finca estaba más desgastada, había más erosión, el pasto muy bajo, la alimentación de ganado también baja. Y acá al otro lado tenemos un sistema de silvopastoril. Y nos damos cuenta pues la diferencia entre ganadería tradicional y sistema silvopastoril. Que esta parte, el pasto siempre está bajito, mientras que en el otro lado vemos bastante pasto, más comida para el ganado.
By integrating trees into their cattle pastures, they can have a way of conserving the local ecosystem services, so the soil, water, etc. And they can also produce more per hectare. So she produces Persian limes, plantains, coffee, mango, avocado, passion fruit, While that is important, it's also incredibly important that we're here to conserve and restore biodiversity.
We're seeing results in plant cover at the landscape scale, more forest areas, and at the same time we are seeing farmers that are developing a culture of stewardship for the land.
Gracias a ELTI abrió puertas, cambió mi mentalidad. El medio ambiente no hay que dañarlo. Para obtener ganancias no hay que dañarlo.
Tropical forests are among the most important ecosystems on the planet, and yet they're the most threatened ecosystem on the planet. So in the Philippines, we are working in a very different landscape, ecologically speaking, and also from a socio-cultural and economic perspective.
The Philippines is probably the worst case scenario in Southeast Asia. There is approximately 3% primary forest cover left in the country. And the Philippines is also prone to a large series of natural hazards. Landslides, they get hit by approximately 20 typhoons per year. And so there's a real interest now to basically put forests back.
Ang akong pamilya na nagubaan ning balay kan mahimo ini na pagbuhos kan dako na oran.
We're working with them to integrate native trees into those landscapes through a system called rainforestation to help mitigate against climate change.
So one of the works that ELTI has been doing with its local partners is to expand forest cover so that animals like this Philippine eagle owl would have a habitat that would shelter them from typhoons. Kani pod siya na murag planting or kani siya na itsura ba sa usa ka forest. Kay mao sad niya ang ideal anang pagtubo aning ratan. Oh. After rainforestation training, we bring the participants here at the nursery of the university and conduct an actual field visit so that the participants themselves could see personally what the nursery would look like, how the trees are performing at the nursery, and what are the different models of rainforestation there are.
Ang nakakuha mong sa 4x6, dali ra makalahos ang ugat.
One of the best aspects of receiving Arcadia support is that we've been able to work in these landscapes for 12 years or more. Over that time, we've developed very close personal relationships. We have much better access to government officials who are making important policy decisions so that when we decide to implement programs, they already know who we are. We've already developed a track record. We can take them to see demonstration sites. And so there's really great potential for scaling up because of the fact that we have these long-standing relationships.
Our alumni are even contributing to biodiversity conservation because they are planting these endemic and critically endangered trees. Small effort can have a big impact because even though the area is just less than a hectare and the people involved are farmers and their families, they were able to accomplish something like this.
Capacity development is a process, and it's a long-term process, and so you have to be able to go back to people and go back to communities. And I think having that flexibility and adaptability with Arcadia has been one of the key points that have made us basically evolve into a program that, you know, we can respond to needs as they change over time.
That's a good trend here, right?
One of the things that the online environment has allowed ELTI to do is expand our reach to people who cannot necessarily be in person. What we do is we really curate a learning experience. We connect the dots for them between different contributors based around the world, different case studies, examples.
So someone in Africa can learn from a case study about silvopastoral systems in Colombia.
And then set you up so that you can begin to do this kind of planning for your own project.
We have more demand than we can meet. We're always being asked for courses. We have many people contact us saying they want to participate in our courses more than we can train.
We are being contacted by groups internationally who are interested in learning from the experience in the Philippines. and figuring out ways to apply that in their home countries.
We actually work with a lot of the people who have gone through our program, both the training and the leadership program, and have established their systems on the ground. We then integrate them as instructors to actually teach what their experiences have been to others.
Y aquí venía mucha gente, se le da la indicación de cómo es el sistema. Bastantes personas, tanto nacionales como internacionales. Han llegado aquí, se le da la información como el sistema y se lleva buena respuesta del sistema.
Having that face-to-face interaction and exchange with other landholders and farmers who they can relate to is the most important approach. And that's where you really see the learning happening.
Fue por la mano de ELTI, fue que Odi es un líder ahora, entonces somos un grupo de líderes.
We have over 6,500 alumni that are all around the world. They are now searching for support to help them share and apply the knowledge that they learned. And so the team is just overwhelmed with requests from alumni who really want help to apply the knowledge.
I think there's a really wonderful occasion for us to really multiply the impact of what we do, multiply the number of people that we can train through supporting leaders who go on to do their own training, through finding innovative ways to train more people, such as using new technologies, using smartphones.
That's our goal, is to support people to apply and share that knowledge. And that's our next vision of ELTI.
This is absolutely a crucial moment, and the best investment I think we can make is capacity building at all levels.
Los proyectos que se están ejecutando acá son proyectos muy buenos, que estas clases de proyectos pues nos ayudan a proteger y conservar nuestro planeta Tierra.
Sobra ka importante sa ako orog na sa amo ang tanan nakapobrihan kay kamo anabulig sa amo para magkaada kami nin mga suporta na kahoy orog na kun maglandslide.
It's one of the few jobs I've had where I actually see an impact that I am having here in the landscape.